Welcome to Mesh.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Mesh Collective, our live Instagram interview that's about to happen. But I wanted to come in just a few minutes early just to make sure everything was okay before our guest arrived. So let me tell you, I am LANE Shia. I am one of the host for Mesh, the podcast. And I'm so excited about tonight. I'm going to interview somebody that's very, very special, not just to me, but to all of us. So let me tell you a little bit about Mesh. We are a music entertainment social hub, and our mission, our goal is really just to bring together the community of creatives. So if you're somebody that's in front of the camera, behind the camera, on the sides of the stage, hairdresser, wardrobe, makeup artists, all the people that I need right now, because I'm at home in Dallas. Usually I'm at our base in LA, but I'm flying solo tonight. I'm gonna be all right. So if you're there, talk to me, say hello, share this live, because I guarantee you that you are going to be blessed, inspired, and encouraged by this conversation we're gonna have tonight. And I think I see our guest in the room. I'm gonna let you in a moment. Let's see, what else do I want to tell you? So I told you my name. I'm a recording artist in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I am a host with Mesh, and I love talking to other creatives, because here's the deal. No matter how independent you are, no matter how much of a introvert you are, no matter how talented you are, we all need one another. At some point, you're going to need somebody else. And so that's why we're here. We want to bring everyone together. So when you get a chance, go and download the app. I think you can find it in the iTunes store. Just look for Mesh. And if you have questions about that, just reach out to me, again, LANE Shia, or you can reach out through the Mesh page, and I'd be happy to talk to you. So I'm going to say hello to everybody that I see that has joined so far. And if there's anybody in here that's bold enough to tell me, is everything sound okay? I want to make sure sound is good before I invite our guest in. And I say guest because, well, you'll know in a minute. So can somebody talk to me? I see family members in here. Say something. I hope that you all are having a beautiful, beautiful year, day, month. It's been a while for me. Thanks, Darius. It's been a little bit for me on this platform, but I want more than anything, I want you guys to be well. And if you have questions, you have the ability to ask. I'll do my best, since I'm flying solo, to respond, to catch up. Thanks, Trina. Mom says, say something. Okay, Mom, I thought I was saying something. But I'll do my best to try to keep up with comments. Please, 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 I'm going to ask that you forgive me in advance. Sometimes the screen is scrolling so fast that I can't always answer every question live, okay? So if I miss you, I'm going to use like a colloquialism here. Charge it to the head and not the heart, okay? I'm not overlooking you. I want to engage you. Our guest will want to engage you. But again, if we miss something, there are other means of connection, and we will share that with you. So let me see if I can. Oh, Mom, you cannot join my live. I love you, but I'm going to send. Okay, give me a second. Mom, I would love to interview you. Maybe Uncle Keith, I just sent you an invite. I hope you get it. Sometimes it takes me one or two times, but hopefully you could see at the bottom of your screen. Uncle Keith.
Hey, what's up? What's up, niece?
How you
What's up, niece?
doing?
LANE Shia.
LANE Shia, Nisha, whatever.
LANE Shia. Hey, you're looking great. You're looking good.
Thank you. You too, Uncle Keith. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. Do I have enough light? Because I could, yeah, cool.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. I appreciate it.
Sweet.
I'm so excited. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us tonight. And I know that you've got a lot of cool things going on, which you always have cool things going on, but we don't take for granted that, you're taking out the time to come and fellowship with us. And so a little bit more about Mesh for those who are joining. It's a music, entertainment, social hub. We are a group of creatives who have come together to help to develop and to expand our community. That's really it. We're just one big family. I could have just said that,
Yes.
right? Like we're just really just one big.
Sweet,
We are
sweet.
one
I
big
feel
family.
like I'm just one. Am I too much on the camera? Like, is it just a
Mm-mm.
head in the screen, or do you see part of my head?
Uncle Keith. See,
Just a big head. Just a
Uncle
big
Keith,
head.
stop it. No, I can see head, I can see beard, and I can see
You see about, okay, cool, all right.
Uncle Keith. I would tell you, I would say, I would have a message since you say, now I'm gonna need you to like dial back on that
Scoot it
camera.
back a little bit.
No,
Okay, cool. I should
you're
have
fine.
known that.
You're fine. You're fine.
But first, let me say, man, thank you all for having me on. I'm humbled and honored. The platform looks amazing. I went and checked out a couple of the episodes, and it looks great. And
That's awesome.
just hello to everyone, Brian Pierre and all the crew, and thanks for having me.
That's awesome. Well, thank you. Whew, I was nervous. I said, Darius, can you pray for me? He goes, he goes, Lord, help her, help her. I was like, really? Like, is that it? He goes, that's all you need is
That's
help.
Darius. That's Darius. I mean, come on, that's my nephew.
I know,
You
I
know,
know.
Darius is funny. Like that's the kind of response. Like when his mom told him that time, he said, Aunt Kim, the dryer is broke. She said, Darius, do not tell me that dryer is broke. He said, well, it's not working.
It's like, what?
This is when he was young. I'm like, this boy is funny, man.
Oh my
No,
God.
but
That happens
no,
around here
you
a lot.
needed. But that was a good prayer though. Lord help. Boom.
Yeah, Lord help. Yeah. So full disclosure, because some of you who are on might have figured it out by now, but Keith Staten is my uncle. I inherited him 16 years ago, and I don't like the terms in-law, so I say in love.
Yeah.
But the fun thing is I grew up a fan of Keith Staten and his amazing voice. And so, one other thing I want to tell you is I have this little book, kind of looks like a Bible. It's not the Bible, but I have some questions that I have written down. This
Sweet.
conversation is going to be, we're going to go wherever you want to go. I'm going to drive, but we're going to go wherever you want to go. So I might ask some questions. You may respond with something that inspires me to ask another question, right? Like a part B. But we're going to talk about anything you want to talk about. And we're going to start now and kind of go backwards.
Sweet.
You just released new music.
Yes.
If I
Yes.
had like sound effects, I would have put like crowd noise right there, like, yeah,
It's right there.
like,
That's how I feel. I mean, I'm just so excited. I mean, I see it back there on the screen, excited. So that is the title of the singles, excited. But I am so excited about just the whole project. I mean, I don't want to leave this song and start talking about all the other ones because that's the one that we just released Friday.
Yep.
And so it's really getting a lot of good feedback and buzz, and people are, on social media and all. So I'm excited, but I guess I'm so excited because I haven't released new music in like over 22 years. It's like, wow. Yeah. Wow. So I'm like very
Wow.
excited, and just really humbled and grateful to God to be here. And, it's like a new world. This is the first, this is my first time releasing something in this new world of how music is sold and how people, streaming and downloading and this, it
Yeah.
was so different back in the day. But yeah, I'm very excited. This new song, produced by my good friend and buddy, commission mate, Marcus Cole, as well as co-produced by Christian Bentley of Take Six. And man, we just had a ball doing it, and we look forward to just blessing the world with this single and the whole project.
I love this. So I just heard two things. When you talked about, this is your first time releasing music in over 22 years. Some people would go, man, that's a long time. But
Yeah.
and it is, but
Yeah.
where my mind went was, how amazing is it to be able to do something so powerful over 22 years ago that has carried you and the world through these past 22 years,
That's a good way to look at it. And it's amazing. You're right. God is good. I mean, obviously the things done with commission, with my solo projects, I hadn't put anything out, but God has allowed me to continue ministering and traveling. And so you're right. That is a great way to look at it.
That's awesome. That is so awesome. I'm gonna share a funny story. I've told you this story before, but for the folks that are on or are looking at this later, I was serving at a church here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and I'm an audio girl. So I was actually running front house with the team this night that Keith Staten is a guest singer at this service. And I hadn't I hadn't met him yet. Okay. And so this was a really, really long time ago. And so I'm like, oh wow, okay, Keith Staten, this is gonna be good. And so he gets on the stage, y'all, and the tracks are like, they are fired up. Except the background vocals weren't coming through. And yeah, it wasn't him. It was absolutely the way that we had something wired. I can't remember. It's been so many years, but I was like, oh my God, we have Keith Staten here. He's ready to go. And if you guys know Keith Staten, or if you've seen him, he has a lot of energy on stage. So he's like ready, like he's like a horse coming out of the stables, like ready to go. And when we hit play on that thing, it was like, where are the background vocals?
I can imagine myself like, okay, cut it. What's going on?
We did. We had to.
Is that what happened?
Yeah. But here's something else that people must know, and I'm sure if people who have encountered you know this about you, that you are incredibly gracious and very, very patient. I know you've seen it all. You've been doing this for a very, very long time. So I know you've had to navigate through some hurdles and jump over some barricades. So you were incredibly gracious. And so that left an indelible mark on me. Because I've been in the music industry my whole life, not knowing years later that we would be family.
Yeah, because that was an amazing story when I met you. Darius, this is Darius' wife or fiance, I don't remember at the time. I think you were already married at the time. And he just said, I have a story. You came to a church in Dallas, and I remember it, really nice church and everything. And I'm thinking in my mind, and you, I think you were saying how old you were then, very young. And I was thinking, oh, so you're sitting on the front row or something, no, I'm doing the sound. I'm like, wow, you were doing the sound. That's pretty cool. Yeah. That blew me away.
Yeah.
Like, I was on the
That's
sound.
funny.
That was cool. Yeah.
That's so funny. Were you on the front row with a lap cover? No, I was in the back pushing faders and turning knobs. That's what I do. I was mixing. That's what was happening. But
very impressive. That was very impressive.
Well, no, what was impressive was how incredibly kind you were. And it wasn't a surprise to me, but I hadn't met you before. And so all I could think was, oh my gosh. Anyways, so you mentioned, I'm going to change gears a bit. because I'm really, really wanting to talk about Excited because it is very exciting. You talked about your producer and co-producer, which I think is amazing. Those two individuals, I'm not even going to go down. You could talk about them as much or as little as you want, but the folks that
Those are
you're
my
working,
guys.
they are amazing
They're
artists
amazingly, yeah,
themselves.
yeah, yeah. Let's stop there for a minute. Both of those guys. I mean, Marcus Cole, obviously, just as a singer, a writer.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you know, we'll probably get into it how we came with this project, but as he started to send me music, and oh man, I was just so blown away. I mean, I knew some of the stuff he had written before, but with this new project, new songs, just blew me away. And then the
Wow.
production of it, watching those two together, Marcus and Christian work together. As you're hearing the track and we're hearing the music, these guys they
Oh
brought it,
yeah.
you know. So
Yeah.
God really, really touched it. The songs are just blessed, anointed. But the thing that I think the three of us talk about is that just the way we work together, you know, the humility that's in the room. Um, you know, it's really about, you know, the goal of just ministering and releasing music to the world that can be a blessing. And it's not, you know, any egos and all that stuff. And I'm the kind of guy that I'm a relational guy. So
Yeah.
when I see that and the humility and the love and that's what excites me. But of course, you know, you have to have the talent and the ability to bring it. And those guys have it, you know. they have it. So
That's so good. So tell me, because I actually wrote down, um, well, kind of a two question, like how do you decide who you want to work with? Because I can imagine you may get submissions from other people, or maybe you've been in conversations where people have inquired about submitting music to you. But how did you decide to work with these guys? On it sounds like you guys have some other stuff
yeah,
that's gonna.
yeah. So
Okay,
so it kind of right. And I had, you know, different people that did hit me up to produce, people I hit up to produce me, and you know,
sure.
in the past. Um, and but you know, but speaking of, I don't want to forget the question, but speaking of relational, when I think back, really, this is my fifth project. The first solo project was produced by Michael Brooks of Commission.
Yeah,
The second one was produced by Mitchell Jones and Max Frank of Commission.
yeah.
The third and fourth was produced by Fred Hammond of Commission. And then this fifth one is Marcus Cole of Commission and Christian Denley of Take Six. So, but I'm blessed to be in a circle of very talented guys. Of course, it's, you know, these guys, you know, could produce for anyone and that type of thing. But the way it happened was sort of that relational. I mean, Marcus and I really connected. Um, you know, on the commission, we run in the group at the same time. You know, he
Right.
came years later, and but we did get to really you know, vibe on the first commission reunion tour, and I just fell in love with him and you know, his spirit and all of that. And then Christian Dentley, I met Christian in Orlando at Fred Hammond concert. And we're in the back, you know, in the dressing with Fred, and then we get to talking, and so we connect and get change numbers and all that. So then, some months later, he hits me up like, "Man, I want to do this live worship
Mm,
project. Would you be interested?" And I said, "Man, let me give it a little thought. You know, I didn't really know him like that yet, you know,
sure. Yeah.
so let me give it a little thought." And then we talked about it, and then he said, "Man, and I really think we could, you know, Marcus Cole would be really great." I'm like, yes, that would be, you know, so I'm feeling even more comfortable now. And so we did a project, I think it was called Men When Men Worship or something like that.
Mm,
But on that project, as a matter of fact, the Excited song was on that project.
okay.
Yeah, and we just kind of redid it, and Marcus did a lot of changes to it, you know, revamped and did some things. But but anyway, we did this project, which was great. And I mean, it really alive. It was a live experience, and people, you know, worshiped and enjoyed, and great
Oh,
band, all of that. But the bigger thing to me was how God used that to bring us together and to just really unite us and see the synergy between us. And, you know, we had some bumps. We had to have some conversations that were like hard and you know, and that's the great, you know, test. I mean, we had conversations that were like, some people would say, you know, I'm done with that. You know, out of that conversation, you know, I'm not going to be able to deal. No, it was like, after all of this conversation, let's work, let's go.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So
I love that.
Yeah. So it was like, God just united us, and we just really enjoyed being together and all. So this project, man, Marcus Cole was coming to Tampa, Florida, to do a concert. And so my wife and I, Kiki and I, jumped in the car and went about, you know, about 15 minutes from Orlando to where they were. Concert was amazing. So after the concert, Marcus and his wife, Anissa, Kiki and I, we go out to eat. And you know, what? Hey, Keith, what are you project? Are you thinking about doing a project? Blah, blah, blah. So I got to talking about, yeah, man, definitely. And, you know, Anissa, she jumped in and started asking about songs. And they're looking at each other like, as we're talking, like these lights are going off, you know. So Marcus, probably 2 days after that, well, he called me like later the next day, I think, and we talked a little more about it. And Marcus was like, you know, hey, man, I really think.
Oh, no, I hope I didn't lose you. Can you hear me? Can somebody tell me if they, oh, thank you, John. I love you. John, can you hear me? Or am I freezing or is my Uncle Keith breathing? Excuse me, Keith Staten, y'all. Okay, okay, there you go. I think you went into the matrix for a little bit,
Okay,
just a little bit.
are we on?
Yes, sir.
Amber
Okay.
alert came up on my phone, locked everything out.
Oh.
So
well, Lord,
yeah,
find
I'm like,
whoever that
okay,
is.
yeah, bless them, Lord, but please
Yeah.
don't, no more alerts on my phone. No,
Yeah.
but yeah, Lord,
Find
bless that
them, Lord,
situation.
so we could do.
Yeah, find them, really.
Wow.
Thank you, Lord. But yeah,
Yeah.
so Marcus called and we talked a little more about it, and he mentioned Christian. He said, you know, I think it would be really great if we do it as a team. He said, I just think more happens as a team. I said, yes, sir, let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
A couple of days later, Marcus, Christian, and I were on like FaceTime together, talking about it, talking about songs. And it was like, you know how when you just know God is breathing on something, it just kind of, you know, not that you don't have bumps. I mean, because sometimes the bumps is proof as well that you're onto something. But
Yeah.
just kind of the door was open, you know, and just smoothly we just started moving. 2 weeks after that call, Marcus was in Orlando and we were in the studio, you know,
wow.
and it was just kind of like, let's do this thing, you know. And so that was just kind of how it unfolded. We were just like, hey, let's do it, let's go. And just amazing things came from that synergy and unity.
Wow. That's awesome. So are you able to tell us, if I'm overstepping, you can just say we'll talk offline. But how many,
Okay.
like, are we going to get like a full album?
Yeah. So we did 11 songs. Am I
Okay.
there or am I froze?
Yeah,
I'm looking
I can
like
hear you.
I'm froze. Oh, you
No,
hear
you're
me?
there. It's just, it's
Okay.
kind of spotty every now and then, but it's fine.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, we recorded 11 songs. We have 11 songs going on the project.
Nice.
As we mentioned, Friday, we released the first single. And next month, we have an amazing, well, actually, this will be a separate song from the album. So this is like a 12th song.
Okay.
The album has 11, but we're releasing a Christmas single next month. That is amazing. It's amazing. It's an
Of
amazing
course.
song. It's called
Oh,
Sleep Baby Jesus.
oh, wow.
Rest now, Emmanuel. You have a
Oh,
world to save, so sleep the night away. Sleep, baby Jesus. Rest now, Emmanuel. Soon you will grow, and the whole world will know. So that's just a little taste of the first verse, but it's or actually, yeah, the chorus. But so
wow.
then that's November. Then we'll release another single. Um, well, of course, that'll play through November, December, Christmas. Then we'll do another in January or February. We'll release another single. March, another single. Probably April, another single. So we'll probably release about 4 to 5 singles
Okay.
before dropping the whole project. So, but it's just so exciting looking at what we have. It's like,
You're like, ooh, y'all, y'all,
what a good.
y- y'all gonna get it. I
No, we're
love it.
grateful. We're grateful just
Yeah.
what God has done and the sounds. I'm really convinced that people are going to be very, very blessed, and they're going to love it.
Oh my
They're going
gosh.
to love it.
Somebody said, and forgive me, between the lights and the small font, but I see a comment that says, Keith Staten, you are so needed and necessary. How does that make you feel?
Wow. Yeah, I was about to say that's humbling. I'm humbled to hear that, and I've heard that very thing. Several people saying, man, even on this song, like, wow, this is so needed. We're waiting for that voice, waiting for that sound. So it's humbling, and I'm grateful. I don't know what to say without. I don't want to sound, you say like, what do you say? But no, I am grateful that's been kind of the reaction on this project coming out and on the thing, the single. People saying, hey, this voice is needed, which I mean, hey, that's a blessing to hear. Such a blessing to hear.
So speaking of that, and I know that you, and if y'all can't tell, um, you do take compliments well, but I do know that sometimes it can be a bit, I'm gonna use the word uncomfortable,
Mm-hmm.
um, just because you want to be sure, and I'm not prophesying, I'm just saying, you want
Correct.
to, you care about the way you steward things like that. And
Yeah.
I appreciate it. It's hard when you are, your voice is an iconic voice. Um, and if you guys know anything about icons and what that word means, I mean, there's nobody else in the world that sounds like you, and there's nobody else, even the people that would try, I mean, we used to emulate, we would try to emulate your voice when we were kids, because we were so
That's
intrigued
awesome.
by your sound,
That's
because
awesome.
in gospel music, you're, from a technical standpoint, we weren't used to hearing somebody sing straight notes with the operatic like undertone and all these things.
Yeah.
So how does it make you feel when you are tuning into a show, or you're watching a podcast like I was the other day, and people are discussing you? How does that make you feel?
Man, it feels great. I mean, it's like I said, it's humbling to see, you know, what we would call celebrities or known artists out
Yeah.
there that's really, in the R&B world, or in gospel music as well, or Christian music, but that, people, they're known around the world, and they're just mentioning your name casually, or mentioning your group, commissioned, or it's a blessing, because of course when I started singing as a young kid and at my dad's church, um, growing up in church, and then of course with commissioned, and you never think that that'll happen. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
That years later, you know, movie stars and singers are saying, hey, this is my, one of this song, singing your songs and imitating your voice and all. It's like, wow, it's just like, wow, thank God, that we were able to touch people and be heard, because I'm like, where I'm at right now, I'm like, I'm grateful to be heard. If I sing in front of 30 people and bring what was necessary, to connect them to God, and to cause them to sense the presence of God, I'm legitimately feeling cool. I'm like, man, God, you used me. If I'm singing in front of 10,000 people and they're blessed, you humanly, you like to, see big crowds and it feels
Sure.
good, but just blessing someone, my wife, she's like, when we're meeting strangers and we're talking, and somehow it comes up that, singing or whatever, my wife's like, oh, my husband's, he sing right now, Keith. Sing for them right now. She does that
Kiki.
quite often. Or if someone notices me or whatever, and sing right now.
Oh.
I enjoy singing for one person, you know what I mean? Especially if it encourages them, if it touches them. I enjoy singing just by myself. So, I mean, come on, I used to sing so much at home growing up. My
Yeah.
dad it'll be 1 a.m. I'm singing, and my dad, Keith, cut that singing out. And, it just slipped before realize it. I'm back at it, you know what I mean? Oh, Keith, go to bed.
My mom would
But
do
no,
that.
so
Just singing at the
yeah,
wrong time, just loud, just
singing,
I probably sounded like a mess. But you know what?
just
There's
singing.
19 people on this live right now. I don't know how many are going to end up on here later, but feel free to sing something if you. I've never asked anybody to do this. I've never asked anybody to do. Send me a bill, Uncle Keith.
You're
Go
like,
ahead.
since you're
You
talking
said
about
it.
singing, like what, you know what I mean? What would you want me to sing?
What's on your heart?
Sleep. Okay, I told you about my Christmas song, so I'm gonna promote my Christmas song.
Let's go.
Sleep, baby Jesus. Now this song though, it has like a nice little, I can't explain it. It has a little hop, a jog to it,
Okay.
but I'll just sing a little without the jog. Sleep, baby Jesus. Rest now, Emmanuel. You've got a world to save. So sleep the night away. Come sleep now, baby Jesus. Rest now, Emmanuel. Soon you will grow and the whole world will know. That's the low version of it.
I'm laughing. First of all, thank you for doing that. I've never asked anybody to do that. So to the folks that are on here or the people that are watching, whenever our family, when we're together, this is going to sound bad, but I don't like Uncle Keith to sing in front of me because I don't want to lose it.
That's
I,
amazing.
I don't want to have a breakdown. So I just smiled and received. That's beautiful. Wow. I did
Now
it.
you
That's the
got me.
first
Now you
time.
got me in the singing mood. So I may
Come
break
on.
out and sing a little more later. I may just break out like I do at home,
Oh, okay, let's go. Popcorn. Do we have popcorn, guys? Any pop? No popcorn.
No,
Okay. Oh, I
no,
cannot
but
wait to hear this.
that's so awesome though, just to be appreciated by
Yes, sir.
anyone, but of course people that's in the business and they're known, singers and actors and all. It feels great to hear them mention
Yeah.
you and mention your music and mention. So that's awesome.
So wow, we just started something because I'm telling you, I've never done that, and people are like putting in their requests. So here's my request of you all who are tuning in. I am going to ask you to go and download Keith Staten's most recent single, which is called Excited, which is rolling on the screen behind me. Keith Staten, Excited. Go get it. Let me know when you
Yes.
do, and then we might
Yes.
sing for you. Not we, but Uncle Keith might sing for you.
Definitely, definitely.
That's awesome.
Definitely.
It's important that we support one another. I don't know a whole lot of people that go in and put in all this work and have these bumpy meetings and sit down and create things just to say that they did it. It's people like you are thinking about other people when you do these types of things. And so all that to say, and no, he didn't ask me to say this, but I'm going to challenge you all. Go and support your people. Okay.
Yeah.
He is our people, right?
Yeah.
So go and download Excited, because it's really, y'all, I listen to it every day, but I was listening to it early this morning in the car. And if you are having a slow morning, not a bad morning, but a
Kick
slow,
that in.
listen, it feels like a freight train. You're going to be excited.
Yeah.
You're going to be excited. And when I listen to it, I can see you on stage and I'm like, I can't wait to see you live again. The last time I saw you, well, no, because we were in Detroit a few weeks ago for a service. I wasn't there when you were doing your thing, but was it in Ohio? I think it was. We were in Cleveland. I think it was for the conference. I think it was like PAW or something.
You mean the reunion?
Yeah, I don't know what city we were in.
The reunion. Was that Cincinnati?
Cincinnati.
No, is it
yes.
Cincinnati? Yeah.
I need to get it together. I travel a lot, but so here's what's funny. So we're there and we're like, okay, we're gonna go as regular like fans. Like we're gonna go, none of that behind the scenes
full
stuff.
Experience.
We're gonna do this as if, so we're sitting near the back. I have never seen so many grown men running around screaming. And Uncle Keith, when them harmonies came out, it was like, oh, what? Oh God.
Hey, they were feeling.
Are y'all?
They were feeling the way we were feeling. You know what I'm saying? We felt just as excited and happy, because we hadn't been together in so long,
Yeah.
So
we
were
fun.
excited, but it was an amazing night. As you say, you hadn't seen that many grown men running around screaming, huh?
I was like, I'm not used to this. Is gonna hear my heart, people. I know all of y'all don't know me, but hear me. I'm not used to being out in the crowd, so I was looking around like, are we gonna be all right? Is everything gonna be okay? They were just they were excited, you know what I mean? Like, and they were just they had the freedom to just express, what they were feeling, and there were tears, and I felt like I was sitting in the midst of like a bunch of commissions because everybody was singing all the parts. I was like, well, I mean, y'all got to scoot over and give me room to sing a part.
Right.
It was good though. It was good.
That's the cool thing when you hear the audience just singing every note, singing word.
Yeah.
That made us feel great.
Uh-oh.
I mean, just love and appreciate it. Boy, it's still on. I saw Darwin Hobbs join. So if he's still giving, are you hearing me?
Yeah, you're there. You're there. Yeah,
Darwin Hobbs.
Oh, listen, if Mr. Hobbs is still on here, hi. I love Darwin Hobbs. He I've always appreciated his music, but I in my head, I think he's like one of my BFFs because he's got the best messaging on social media. And Mr. Hobbs, I'm not a stalker. I just love everything you say. I'm hoping that you do a podcast. I need to have Darwin
Yeah,
Hobbs on
he's
here.
good.
I'm gonna reach out
If
to
you're
you.
here, man, come on, do it, do it.
Come on, do it. It's
I'll
okay.
see if I can work. I'll see if I can give him a call. But yeah, I think he'll do it.
I love it. I love it. So let me ask you a technical question. I do feel like a song is coming soon. So get ready. Um, I just forgive
So
me.
get ready.
Just forgive me. What do you do? Like, do you have any tips or anything that you could share with folks about how you manage your instrument?
You know what? It's funny. We were last week, I think, or maybe week and a half, 2 weeks. We were at a conference, and I sang excited. I sang some worship songs, and I was just really up there high, And afterwards, Marcus Cole was on it as well, singing, and Anissa, his wife. So they were like, because I was like, talking about the keys, and oh man, I hope it ain't too high and all this stuff. And he was like, man, you were really singing. I mean, you were hitting notes like, this, that, and the other. And it said, so did you warm up on the way in the car? I mean, did you do the vocal exercises and all? Because Marcus is really big on that. And I think his wife, Anissa, asked me that. I said, that I sure didn't. Kiki's like, no, he never does. He never. My son, and
Hey,
he's big
Aunt.
on that, and I should do that. And I'm like, I need to really, really take that serious. But I really, I don't. And it's like the biggest thing that I tell people, and I know for me, if I get the proper sleep, then I'm good.
Okay.
Like on tour and all that.
Yeah.
If I'm getting good sleep and resting my body and sleep good a good 7-8 hours, I'm usually, my voice is ready and straight. And then I drink a lot of water, and
Yeah.
that helps. And tea, I'm not the kind of guy that like have to have a lot of tea right before I sing, but I drink tea every day, like
Okay.
every night before I go to bed. So keep lubricated and that type of thing, keep hydrated. But I think the biggest thing is rest.
Yeah.
But I do need to get better on the the good vocal exercises.
Okay, so I'm a little bit jealous. Can you hear me? Somebody just called my phone. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Okay.
For a minute, I
Uh,
hear you now. Yep.
yeah, like I thought when you put your phone in, well, whatever. We'll have a production meeting after this. Uh, all the things. I have so many gadgets, and yeah, that's a whole nother. We'll talk about that later. But for you to be somebody that doesn't doesn't do vocal exercises or warm-ups before you sing, I'm not gonna
Which
call.
is terrible.
No,
I tell
okay.
people you should do it. You should do that. I'm going to start doing it. I really am, because
That's not fair. It's so not fair. I'm gonna keep, and then whatever key excited is in, up here.
hmm
I mean, but you have a range. Like your range is, you have an amazing vocal range, but that, like
thank
your
you.
energy, and to be able to execute on that level with that stamina and the energy that cuts through on the records.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I should stop doing vocal exercises because apparently, I'm just kidding.
That's funny.
I'm
Maybe I
just
should
kidding.
stop doing it.
Maybe I need
That's
to that.
hilarious.
Maybe that's the problem.
That's hilarious.
Oh gosh. Oh
That's
my gosh.
hilarious.
So I want to give folks an opportunity who are watching this to know how they can contact you for like booking. How do they follow your journey through music?
Yes.
Tell us what that looks like for you.
Yeah. So for bookings and just getting updates and all, you can go to my website, which is keithstaten.com. KeithStaten.com. You get updates, get music, and book directly right there on the site. You can book, book
Okay.
me. And then on IG, I'm just Keith. I think it's maybe Keith Staten or Real Keith Staten. And then on Facebook, Keith Staten. So just
Awesome.
Keith Staten on those platforms. Yeah.
Thank you. And I see my Mesh fam on the other page. They just put it in the comments, KeithStaten.com. So
Awesome. I see it.
y'all don't be
Awesome.
talking about, we haven't heard Keith Staten in a long time. He has music out. He has a website that you can book him through. So take advantage of that stuff.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So what's something else?
Absolutely.
What's something else before I'm going to ask you this question while you get your selection together.
Yeah.
I'm getting you back, by the way. I don't know if you realize this.
Oh man.
I might tell that story later. I got a good talking to by Uncle Keith a few weeks ago, and it was very much needed.
Oh yeah.
Listen to how he's like,
that.
you want me to share it? Okay.
Yeah, I think it was, they were asking you to sing or something like that.
Yeah, your brother.
Yeah.
So we're in Detroit for a family funeral service, and afterwards, Uncle Steve, which is the pastor of the church that Papa Bishop Staten, the late Bishop Staten founded, right? And that's Uncle Keith's dad. Anyways, just to give you a little history. And so we're standing outside, and Uncle Steve looks at me and he goes, y'all are coming to church tomorrow, right? We're like, yeah, we always go to church, at our family's church when we're in Detroit. And he goes, you're singing? And the way that he said it, I thought he was asking me, hey, Lanisha, did you want to sing? Like, is that something you wanted to do? And I mean, on autopilot, I said, no. I probably said it with an attitude. I was like, no. And he looked at me and I said, no. Because I thought he was saying, like, you're a singer in town. Is this something you want to do? I'm like, no, I'm not here for that. And so Uncle Steve, Uncle Keith, lean forward and you go, Lanisha, you are a singer. This is what we do. And I was like, but I thought he was asking me. I didn't know.
Right.
Anyways, I did it. And I'm not going to bore y'all out with that story, but it was really an honor to stand where I stood and to. I know. And that was the lesson. And share that lesson. You could tell them what you told me. I can handle it. I think Uncle Keith, you're frozen. I hear the audio, but I think the script. Thank you, Tyler.
Yeah,
you are
I'm
always
here.
so smart.
Are you seeing me now?
Yeah, I can see you.
Are you hearing me?
You want to? I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a beautiful world of technology.
You were froze on my end. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that might have been a good idea. But you can share with them the lesson that you. Hey, Brian, I love you. Brian's on here.
Hey, thank you.
Grace and peace, he said. John said you're going in now. So Uncle Keith, share with them the lesson that you shared with me, if you recall. Like, I got my hand slapped in love. You can tell them what you told me.
No, I said, as a singer, and I know myself growing up and even before, recording and being known as a singer, and, I just knew to be prepared as a singer and be prepared to be a blessing for the service, enhance the service. I sang for so many funerals. My mother would just be like, grandma would be like, my son will be there. He'll sing.
Oh,
or she would sing. My mom would sing for a lot of funerals,
yes.
But then there was times she'll call me and say, Keith, I'm supposed to sing for this funeral and I can't make it. Can you do it for me? Sure. Mm-hmm. And it was an honor for me to do that, especially a funeral, because that's a time when families are needing encouragement. And, so that one was an easy one for me. I sang at everybody's funeral. I even had people requesting, now when I die, I want you to know.
No.
Yeah,
What?
they're like, when I die, I need you. And I'm like, okay, well, let me get my calendar out. When are you planning on checking out? No, 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 no,
Now
no.
when now
But
let me
really,
see.
let me schedule you in now. That was always easy. That was always an easy one because I love to encourage families and sing at weddings and
Yeah.
whenever I show when I would be at a church after I sang a few times and people knew, I always was prepared, because it's a little different now. Of course, they need to kind of book me, but depending, it depends, in certain circles, or I'm open. Of course, if I'm at certain events, I know that our relationship is such that they may say, "Hey, we see Brother Keith, come on up here," So I'm kind of prepared.
Mm,
But that was kind of the lesson that, hey, God has blessed you. You're a great singer,
thank you.
and you're blessing the people. So definitely in certain situations and atmospheres, just be prepared to bless the people.
That was
And
such a good
yeah,
lesson for me. I mean, and I thanked you for that. And I'm going to thank you again for
yeah,
that because it was incredibly uncomfortable. And I'm somebody who is an advocate for pushing and encouraging people to get comfortable being uncomfortable, so we can get to the other side, for whatever that is. So, but let me just put this out there for the saints as he's getting ready to come up to the stage. Book book me, you can book Keith Staten. You can go to keithstaten.com to inquire about booking. And the other thing that I'll tell you, and I'm just going to say this as the niece, don't y'all be like, well, Keith Staten is here and do the mic toss thing at him. Like, just don't do that. Brother, we got
right, right.
Brother Keith. We got Brother Keith is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. You be
I
like,
see,
oh,
brother. Come on up here. Yeah, yeah.
it
Now
has to
a
be
little
led.
different.
You got to be
Yeah,
led,
a little
right?
different. Yeah, I still,
Yeah, I
it
know.
depends. But yeah, for the most part, right. Let's let's take care of the business of it.
Yeah,
If
let's be good
and
stewards.
yeah, let's do that. But if I'm just there anyway, and you know,
Yeah,
jump up for a minute and say something,
yeah.
I'm open. I'm always open to that. You know.
He'll say
Yeah.
something too, guys. So what I hear is not only do you sing,
Yeah.
but you would be willing to say something, and then when you're done saying what you need to say, you're gonna sit down. And don't y'all be looking at him
Right.
crazy, like, well, I thought he was gonna sing. No, he said something. He blessed the
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. You asked me to come bless the people. You said come bless the people. So I came up and
Right?
blessed the people. Bless you all. Be thou encouraged.
On today.
Yeah. Be thou
Ooh,
encouraged.
I'm gonna
Throw
be
thou
nice.
in there.
You be thou encouraged on today, right now.
Yeah.
So what is a message or something that you want to encourage people with? I know you've got Excited that's out. I know you have other music coming. I know that you've got singles that you're going to be releasing all the way up until next year, 2023, which y'all, when he releases this Christmas song in November, hashtag Christmas gift. Okay. So you guys can, and you guys, if you don't know how to do this, I can teach you how to do this. You can gift music to someone else through these streaming platforms. I've done it before where I want to
Oh,
bless
that's
somebody
nice.
with a song. You can gift it to them. So, and
That's
y'all,
that's nice.
these songs are there. What's the maximum? Like $1.29 or whatever?
Right, right.
No more than $2. You know, I spent that on French fries on my way home from the office today.
Right.
I need to go work out. But what is a message that
That's
what
funny.
what do you want people to carry? What do you want people to get from having an experience through your music or even a live encounter?
Well, my, goal, whatever song I sing, I mean, because, the one common thread with me is I love to worship. I'm a worshiper. I love to You know, when I get up and after I leave the stage, I don't, you know, I don't look for people to say, man, he really sang, or
Right.
I want to hear people say, I saw God. You know what I
Mm.
mean? That stirred me for the presence of God. You know, it made me want, you know, to be in God's presence, more of God, you know. So that's always, you know, kind of my goal, is to stir passion for the presence of God, you know. So, you know, of course, I mean, I want to be, you know, good tone and sound good. And of course, you know, people ain't, you know, they're not necessarily coming just to hear you make a joyful noise, you know.
Right.
So of course I want to be, you know, up on my ability to sing and craft.
Mm.
But more than anything, I love it when people say, man, I felt God. I felt the presence
Mm.
of God, you know, as you sang. So that's
Yeah.
kind of always my goal.
I love that. I love that. And I'm glad that you didn't leave out the technical part. Big
Yeah.
Kev. Hi, Big Kev. He just, Kev
Is that
is,
the is that the
yes,
Big Calf?
the
What's
big,
up, Big Calf?
the one and only Kevin Wilson, ladies and
Yes,
gentlemen. Big Kev. Kev,
my man.
our people, our family. So we're getting ready. We've been talking for quite a while. And as you know, we can, he's like, Brian, it's like a family reunion happening in our comment section.
I know.
We're getting ready to, I'm going to bring this conversation to a close because we've been talking for quite a while and we could talk forever. So blessed that I have you as my family. And
Yeah.
John Gray, John Gray
Are
don't
you
know me from Adam,
kidding?
but hi,
I see him.
but he knows, Darius
That's
knows
my
John Gray.
guy.
Hi, our people. I
That's
feel
the
like we need to
man,
have like,
John Gray, Pastor John Gray. Love you, bro.
yeah. Hi. Hey, everybody. I don't even know who's in here because my phone is doing some fun stuff. But here's what I'm going to ask. Since I've been bold and courageous today, thank you, Uncle Keith. Uh, to ask, John Gray said that you're one of the most underrated voices. Dang it. And the thing went up. Say it again. Wait, hold on. Okay, Keith Staten is the most underrated voice in the kingdom. Bars.
Wow. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, sir.
John Gray
Wow.
got John Gray has a serious vocal range too.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I
He really goes through
I
it.
was like,
He pierces through.
is he
I
gonna
saw him
keep going?
yeah, I saw him not long ago, and he started high. And I said, okay, and he just kept going. Yeah, he's definitely amazing. But thank you for that, sir. Thank you
Love,
for that.
love y'all.
Anointed
So
truly, and the world is rarely we
are you
see
sure?
voices of this statue. No, I was seeing a
Oh,
message he had. Yeah,
I love this man of God.
yeah.
Pastor John
Love
Gray
you,
says he
man.
loves you. We love you
Awesome.
too.
Love
Hey,
you too, bro.
yes, sir. And your family. Um,
Yes.
uh, uh, uh. Amen. Uncle Keith, do you want to send us out on oh, I'm using all my little niece power today. You want to send us out with,
Niece power.
just a little something, something, you know.
I'll do a little worship hymn I like to do. Um, let me see. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved someone like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see my chains are gone. I've been set free. My God, my Savior has ransomed me. And like a flood, his mercy reigns. Unending love, amazing grace. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, with no less days to sing God's praise than when we first began. And my chains are gone, I've been set free. My God, my Savior has ransomed me. And like a flood, his mercy reigns, unending love, amazing grace. Here I am to worship. No, I'm just playing.
Uncle Keith, do you see me trying to? Oh my God. Thank you for doing that.
No, it makes me want to, whenever I sing, you know, just to myself, it takes me somewhere where I just want to just get in his bless him. I just feel his presence. I feel his presence right now.
Oh my goodness.
Glory to God.
Wow. Thank you for doing that.
Hallelujah.
Wow.
Amen.
I don't know why I asked you to do that again. Oh, Lord help me, Jesus. Okay. Yeah. So, and I'm by myself. I'm in Dallas. So I'm like, normally I'm in LA with the crew, and I don't have nobody. I'm in here trying to figure out what am I supposed to do right? Darius, come in here. Come say hi to the people or something. Oh my gosh. Oh, my mom says beautiful.
I'm honored. Oh, awesome. Again, I'm honored that you all brought me on your platform to interview me, and Brian Pierre and yourself, the whole crew. Again, excellence. Everything is awesome, and I definitely just bless you all. And I know you all are going to just do great things. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Y'all, for those of you who are watching, listening, I'm LANE Shia. I'm with Mesh, the podcast, Mesh Collective. I'm trying to get through this. You can follow me here. You can follow me on my IG page. It's LANE Shia Music. For those of you who know Darius, I'm Darius's wife. And Keith Staten is my uncle, and I'm so blessed and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, Uncle Keith, for sharing with us. Like, wow, thank you so much. This was overwhelming in the best way. Go get Keith Staten's new single. Excited because I promise you.
Uncle Keith.
I know. That's why I'm like, I was really trying not to do that, but you're my uncle, so I can't help it. Keith Staten, ladies and gentlemen, go get excited.
No, people call me Unc anyway. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, that's that icon. When they start calling me Unc, that's the icon level.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's really a good thing. Yeah, it's a good thing. That means you've blazed the trail, you have set the trends, you have set the bars, and you've encouraged the people. And thank you, Sir Keith Staten. You're truly a blessing. Yes, go get excited by Keith Staten. I need to hear it.
Bless you.
It's going to bless you. And if you know somebody that's going through a hard time, I mean, we can't take for granted that we're all navigating some interesting times. Okay? Turn on Excited, and I guarantee you, if you aren't up, moving around, jumping, cleaning the house, going for a drive, I mean, you are going to be energized and blessed. And don't forget, you can go to keithstaten.com. You can book him or inquire about bookings. He's available, or I should say he's taking inquiries. I'll leave it at that. And because I can't be making no promises on behalf of him, because I am not his manager. Amen. But Uncle Keith, give my love to Aunt Kiki and Anthony, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you all for joining. Everybody be blessed, and we'll see you again soon.
Bless you.
Bye.
All. Love you. All
love you.
Bless you. Thanks
now
again.
I got to see how to work this part.
How do you turn this thing off?
I'm going to turn it off, and I'll call you in a little bit, Uncle Keith. Love y'all.
All right. Thank you. Love you. Bye-bye.
Welcome to Mesh.